Alright, to start off this video, I am sorry that I have no gameplay, but this is basically going to be my first ever story on this channel. So, this story happened around when I was about 7, and I had this friend who was 13, and I always lied to him that I was like 12, and I was like, I was just so short. But it got to the point where I was just like bullshitting around. Like I was just like I thought like I knew that I should really stop and just tell him the truth. Until it actually happened. So my big brother, who had beef with him, we were walking to the park and we were doing shit at the park. He was smoking, but I wasn't doing anything because I was underage and I knew that shit was bad. So I just stayed away because I knew the smell of it. Then, after that, he told me about someone he had beef with, and he said my brother's name, which I'm not going to say his name out loud. But he said his name. Then I was like, oh shit, what if my brother finds out that I've been hanging out with him? So I was like, wait, no, he said his first name. He didn't say his last name, and I was like, huh? And I said, what's his last name? And he was like, oh, that. And I was like, oh, I was thinking, I was like, oh shit, that's not very good. I've been hanging out with someone who has beef with my brother. So then I went home around like 11. We were doing a lot of stuff, and I was 7, and I was like, I don't even know how I stayed up at 11. But I rode my bike home, and he gave me $20 because he gave me $20 to climb this. I don't know how long this tree was. It was a pretty long tree. So I got the $20 and I was happy. And plus, this was Mother's Day, so I gave the $20 to my mother. I guess that was a proud moment until my big brother was like, "Hey, who have you been hanging out with?" And I was like, "Oh, I was hanging out with someone who's in my grade." And I said his name, but I'm not gonna say it, of course. So I said it, and of course I didn't say the guy I was hanging out with his name, because then he would know, because they both have beef, and they fought it in middle school before, and I know that because my brother told me what his name was. I don't know how I didn't already know. I was very dumb. A little, illiterate, I would say. I mean, I could read pretty well. I'm getting off topic, but so, and then it came to the point where my mom dropped me off, and I actually had to knock on, I actually had to act like I'm going up, and I actually had to knock, but I fake knock on someone's door, so I don't know how they didn't see me. They had all their windows open, so I fake knocked, and then I was like, nah, they're not home, and then I went home, and for some little reason, I don't know how, my brother went up to me, and my big brother, who had beef with the guy, he was like, you didn't even knock on the door when we got there. What's wrong? And I was like, what do you mean? I did knock. He didn't answer. And plus, all the cars were there. I don't know what they were having. I think they were having some sort of party. So then he was like, come on, be honest with me. Who have you been hanging out with? And then I told him. I know that was very stupid and dumb of me. I told him, and he was like, wow. And then he went over to Jose's house. My mom and Nick. I almost said his name. My big brother's house. I'm so stupid. My big brother's. I can't talk. My big brother and my mom went over to his house and was like, hey, have you been hanging out with my son? And that's what they said. And he was like, nah. Because he knew, like, he didn't want to get me in trouble because, like, he was like, nah, I've never seen him. And he was like, are you sure? Because when I was driving home from work, I saw y'all, my mom was like, when I was driving home from work, I saw y'all walking in the park together. And then his face lit up and it was like, yeah, we were walking to the park. And then it came to the point where he was like, my friend, he says he's 13 and he just got held back. And my mom's like, you're not 13, you're 7. And I don't even know how I managed to pull that off. I don't know if this friend was like bullshitting with me and just thought I was a cool 7-year-old. But I don't even know if I was 7. I'm pretty sure I was 10 or something. I don't even know. I'm not even trying to lie. I really want to pick up my phone right now. But so, and then when I got home, my parents were disappointed. They were like, why would you lie about someone like that? And then I went to sleep. I didn't eat dinner because I was like, fuck. I maybe have lost my friend. Losted. I don't even think that's a word. I maybe lost a friend. And I couldn't sleep that night. And the next day, I went over to his house and he was like, leave. I don't hang out with 7-year-olds. And I was like, alright, whatever, man. Have a good day. And then I just went home. I scolded at my parents, like, why? Like, why the fuck do you gotta ruin my friendship with someone? And, yeah, that's basically the story. So, if you enjoyed this in any way, peace. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.